Hey friends, it's Jessie. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing 3 looks and a little review, some comparisons of the Nomad Ireland Atlantic Way palette. I am so excited about this one. I have not been able to put it down since I received it, and it is just gorgeous inside and out. You guys are not ready for the beautiful looks that we are going to create today. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look on my eyes, as well as 2 other amazing looks with this palette, then keep on watching. We're gonna pop into our first look. I've already prepped my eyes just with some concealer and a white eyeshadow to create a nice neutral base. For today's look, I think I wanna play with these blues because I think that'll match my sweater, and I'm all for matching the makeup to the outfit. I'm gonna start with this shade Conmara. It's kind of like a matte tan, like a matte khaki. And I'm just going to take that on a fluffy brush and pop that all over my crease. Ooh, it actually pulls a little yellow. I think that'll look really interesting with the blue. Y'all, the scream I scrumped when I saw that the new palette was all greens. I am over the moon for this palette. I'm going to take a detail blender brush and go into this matte navy blue. It's called Keem Strand, I believe is how you pronounce it. These Irish names are not my forte. For Keem Strand, I'm just going to pop this in my crease really quick and kind of buff that out into the yellow. The yellow is not going to show too much. It's mostly just going to be there as like a base shade. Just gonna go ahead and pop that on the other eye. I just realized that there is a matte cool tone taupe shade, so we're gonna tap into that. This one's called Danny Boy, and I'm just going to use that to blend out the edges of my navy shade. Okay, I love that transition so much better. Before I do shimmers, I'm gonna pop a little bit of my NYX glitter glue all over my eyelid. This is my favorite base for doing any sort of shimmers. I just find it super inexpensive, but it's super effective. The first shimmer I want to jump into is this kind of blue, almost like duo multi-chrome. It looks super shifty. I'm just taking that on an Odin's Eye brush, and I'm going to pop that right on top of my glitter glue. I only took that shimmer about halfway so I could do a really bold pop right in the inner corner. Next, I'm going to take this really beautiful shifty silver and I'm going to pop that right on the inner corner of my lid. I think this color combo is going to look so good. Look how sparkly this is. I'm obsessed. Y'all, Nomad really did something with this palette. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna just go ahead and pop a big old wing on top of that, and then we'll do some lower lash line work. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna go back into Keem Strand and then blend that out with Danny Boy, the nice taupe shade. Bruce is a little mad because I took away the box he was chewing on so I could film the video, but I thought y'all would appreciate not hearing box crunching noises in the background. This is the final look, my friends. What do we think? I personally am obsessed with it. Also, this is my 3rd time trying to do the final reveal of this first look, because I forgot mascara and I forgot my inner corner highlight, and I think I didn't forget anything else. I just get so excited when I finish a makeup look that I'm like, I just want to show everybody right now. And then I realized I forgot things like mascara. So hopefully I didn't forget anything else. This is the first look completed. I really love those blues and silvers on my eyes. I think they really bring out my eye color. So I am so excited to be wearing this out today. It's also very reminiscent of some of the looks that I did for the Nomad Cosmetics Ghost Town USA palette. I will link that video up in the cards if you're interested, but I do really like this look, and this is definitely an everyday look. Like, I would wear this all the time. So with that, my friends, let's go ahead and jump into looks 2 and 3. Okay, before we jump into the second look, I literally just got this foundation. This is the About Face The Performer foundation. I got mine in shade L1 Neutral, so light 1 neutral. And can we just talk about how good this looks on my skin? It's insane that this is a drugstore foundation. So good. We'll keep you updated on the wear test throughout my long day today at the salon, but so far so good. Today, I think I want to play with more of the green tones in the palette. I'm thinking I want to do something with like this muted green right here. I'm kind of feeling like these 2 green shimmers, so I don't really have a plan. We're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna start with this muted like sage green. This is called Wild Atlantic Way. I'm gonna take that on a fluffy brush and I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in my crease. I already primed my eyes with my Urban Decay Primer Potion and just a white eyeshadow. This shade is stunning. I'm thinking I kind of want to do a halo eye today, maybe. Maybe I don't. I haven't decided yet. Next, I want to go into this kind of pine green. This is called Blarney Stone, and I think that will be so pretty in my crease. That's just going on a Morphe M433. This is one of my all-time favorite blending brushes. I'm just blending that in my crease up into that initial sagey shade. I think that is stunning. Look how beautiful those blend. I should have done my eyes first and the rest of my face second, but I was just so excited to try this foundation. Sometimes you just can't wait, you know? So I'm just gonna clean up that fallout with a clean brush. And it smudged just a little bit on my cheek. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, so I'm just gonna pat my foundation brush over that and hopefully that fixes that. I'm gonna go into this deep dark green shade. I wanna say it's Taint, but it also has an accent on the A, so I'm not positive how you pronounce that. I'm just taking that on a detail blender, and I'm going to pop that right in the outer corner of my eye. That shade is stunning. Nomad, y'all did it again. Freaking love Nomad. I don't think there's a single palette I own from them that I don't like. I'm just really going to blend all of this because I don't want any harsh lines, especially with those darker shades. Before I do some shimmers, I'm gonna pop into my NYX glitter glue. So I just pop a little bit of that on my hand and I take a concealer brush and then I just pop that on the lid where I want to put the glitter. I like to use this underneath all of my shimmers because it definitely helps them pop and it makes them last really good throughout the day. The first shimmer I want to go into is this kind of lime shimmer, Dia Duit. I'm going to be so honest, I'm probably pronouncing this so bad, but I'm just going to pop that on the inner half of where I put the glitter glue. Guys, this is why we do the glitter glue. Look how shiny and beautiful that looks. This shimmer is insane. These are my favorite Nomad shimmers. I feel like they don't include this specific formula in every single palette, but this is my favorite formula of Nomad shimmer. I'm going to use that same brush and go into this slightly darker green shimmer. This is Slaint. Rip to all my Irish friends. I am so sorry that you have to listen to me right now. I'm popping this darker shimmer on the other half of where I put the glitter glue, and as you can see, it's looking wet, it's looking beautiful. I'm here for it. I'm gonna go back into that detailed blender and we're just going to blend the edges of that all nice and neat. I'm not picking up any extra product. I'm just trying to mesh those together. I am having a little bit of glitter fallout, so I'm just covering that up with my foundation brush. Normally for big colorful looks like this, I would do my base second, but like I said, I just really wanted to try that foundation. Decisions were made. I'm going to take this detail blender and jump right back into that darker green matte just to deepen up the outer corner a little tiny bit. I don't think it needs a lot. I just want to add a tiny bit more product to blend into the darker shimmer. For my lower lash line, I think I actually want to do something a little bit coppery just to switch it up. So I'm going to go into Bunratty Castle from the bottom row. This is kind of like a brick burnt orange. I'm going to take that on just a precision brush and I'm going to line my lower lashes with that. I'm also going to go into this very pale yellow matte. This is KonMara, and I'm going to just buff out the edges of that lower lash line with the yellow. You're not really going to be able to see the yellow, but just to soften up that edge a little bit. And for my inner corner, I'm going to go into this champagne shimmer. This is Savage Beauty, and this is what I used in yesterday's inner corner look. But this is like the only inner cornery highlight shade in the palette, and I just want a really bright inner corner. This is already looking so good. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some winged eyeliner, some lashes. I'm gonna do a little bit of waterline work, and then we'll meet back to see the final look. Here is the second look completed. I had every intention of doing a very dramatic lash with this look, but this is my lash glue at the moment. This is my backup lash glue. It's not even my normal one. I can't even find my normal one. So this is just the vibe for the day. Hopefully it doesn't look too weird without lashes, but I actually love how this look turned out. All I did to finish it off was I added a winged eyeliner, some mascara, and a little bit of a white eyeliner right in my waterline, and of course a cute little lippy to top it all off. These shimmers are actually insane though. Like, bless the Nomad gods for giving us these shimmers because they are great. They are something else. I'm here for it. So let's go ahead and jump into our third and final look in today's video, and then we'll wrap up with some thoughts. For our third and final look, I definitely want to full send and do something really crazy with the greens and the golds. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just go ahead and go for it. Per norm, I've already prepped my eyes with an eyeshadow primer and a white eyeshadow. But for our first shade, I think I wanna go into the Wild Rover, which is this lime green shade. In yesterday's look, we did some more of those muted greens. So today I wanna try more of the bright and vibrant greens. Look at that shade. I'm gonna pop this a little bit on the inner corner of my eye as well as all up in the crease and the outer corner. I'm gonna do more of a halo effect today. So we're going mega smoky. This is very vibrant, so I am gonna go into Danny Boy, which is this matte taupey shade, and I'm going to just use the tiniest bit of that to buff out the edges of the green, just so we have no harsh lines. We don't like harsh lines up in here. Next, I'm gonna go into this slightly darker matte green. I think this is pronounced Crow Patrick. I could be wrong. Again, I'm not Irish. I don't know my Irish names very well. I'm just taking that on a more precision blender, and oh, can you see how pigmented that green is? I'm really concentrating that in the inner and outer parts of my eyelid just so I can really get that depth for my halo eye. And with whatever's left over, I'll drag that right across the top of my crease. I don't think we've tried Emerald Isle, which is this really pretty emerald green matte. So I'm gonna take that on an even smaller precision blending brush, and I'm really just going to focus that on the very outer corners. This shade is giving me so much life right now. I'm obsessed. I just popped a teeny bit of glitter glue on the back of my hand, so I'm going to pop that right in the middle of my eyelid. It's nice and easy because I am doing a halo eye. I have plenty of open space right in the middle, so it doesn't have to be precise. I'm just gonna try and get that middle part a little tacky. Next, I'm going to go into this really beautiful gold shimmer. This is called Ring of Kerry. I'm just taking that on an E54 from Sigma, and I'm going to pat that all over the center of my eyelid where I put the glitter glue. This is just going to be so beautiful. It's giving St. Patrick's Day realness. I'm gonna drag that into the sides a little bit. I'll go back and blend everything at the end, but for now I'm just going to really concentrate that pigment right in the center of my eye. This hands down has to be one of the most beautiful gold eyeshadows I've ever used in my life. I'm just taking a clean precision blending brush and blending all of that together just to make sure there's no harsh lines. And for my lower lash line, I actually want to go into this gold. This is called Slan. I'm going to replicate the halo effect on my lower lash line. So I'm going to do the gold right in the center and then do the greens on the outer parts. And for the greens, I'm going to go into the Crow Patrick shade just on a little smudger brush, and I'm just going to tie that look together. I'm losing daylight, so I gotta finish this look real quick. To top it all off, I think I'm actually going to go into this light green shimmer just on my finger, and I'm just going to pop that right in the center of each of my eyelids just to add a little pop. Something different, you know? Now we're feeling a little more monochromatic, a little more green. I don't even think I'm gonna do a winged eyeliner today. I'm just gonna pop off camera, do some lashes, a little lip, and then we'll meet back here. All right, friends, this is the third and final look in today's video. What do we think? I personally love this look. I know I've said that about every single look, but this palette was a win for me. There wasn't a single shade in this palette that I did not enjoy. I love the palette itself. I think the velvet is really fun. As you can see, I've already kind of gotten some smudges of like glitter glue and foundation on it, so it does get very dirty, but I can appreciate the aesthetic choice of the green velvet with the gold. These shades themselves are all very, very unique. I actually pulled out a few of my existing Nomad palettes to compare for you guys. So this is, of course, the Ireland Atlantic Way palette. I think that these shades in here are all very, very unique compared to the existing Nomad collection. So I will be sharing those with you guys really quick, but this is what she looks like, of course. The other one I pulled out is the Okavango Safari palette. This also has that velvety cover with the gold embossing in it. I pulled this one out mainly for this shade, Elusive Leopards, the neutral at the top, as well as the green row. As you can see, these are definitely warmer greens and they're a lot more muted than the Ireland Atlantic Way palette. This one will give you some more neutrals though than the Ireland palette will. I also pulled out my Monteverde Cloud Forest palette, and this one is going to give you more of the bright, vibrant greens, with the pops of bold color. So while the Ireland Atlantic Way palette is primarily green and earthy tones, this is going to give you some beautiful, beautiful green shades, some very similar ones like with these neon greens, and also give you the color. So while they are very, very similar, I do think they are unique enough that you could justify having both in your collection if green is a shade that appeals to you. I personally don't mind having both. I love them. I think that they are great, and I honestly can't wait to play with them together. Lastly, I want to give a huge thanks to Nomad for sending me this palette to play with. I've absolutely loved every second of it, and it has been such a great addition to my collection. This is hands down one of my favorite Nomad palettes of all time. The shimmers in here are so intense and so insanely blinding. I cannot get enough of them. I don't know what they did different. I'm not even sure if they reformulated the shimmers. They just look so blinding and wet on the eye. It is absolutely beautiful. The only downside that I found to this palette is I did feel like there was quite a bit of fallout. It personally doesn't bother me. Normally I do my eyes first and then my base second, but that is something to be aware of if you are more of a base and then eyes person. You will experience some fallout with some of these shades, but overall the quality is there. They definitely keep stepping up their game with every single palette, and you will not be disappointed with the Ireland palette. That is all for today's video, my friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, be sure to subscribe before you leave so you never miss out on any of my uploads. And with that, I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye, friends.